Welcome, beloved Sangha, to our Serkhangma Prayer Commentary with our Venerable Khenpo Tenzin. We'll begin today in our Yellow Garchen Institute prayer book on page 4 and 5 with opening prayers. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Shakje jarbo je lagu jan zar dorje jan de lo naroda mabamala je gambo ba bamordba jawan dogba kajo lama namje da jon je danandana zara damje da lama lava la je zon la zon yon din jam zon alawa Tendre donjen de begele zo daga lo juzon do war zinje labdo zor ju lam dan do war zinje labdo zo lam chwa ze war zinje labdo Drwa yi zan ja war zinje labdo zo gang denjen de ban jong ga ba me ba je ba me ba ta me ba wa me ba ro me ba ta de do me dunje me Trupanye je demba zopo zanje mananje tamba de la janzor du rinje Zava lama je kuzon do je zinlan da ge je lampe de da ge demba dan sunje je don Jajin banja para zinje labdo zor Grant your blessings so that my mind may be one with the Dharma. Grant your blessings so that the Dharma may progress along the path. Grant your blessings so that the path may clarify confusion. Grant your blessings so that I may transform confusion into wisdom. Okay, dear Dhamma brothers and sisters, many tashidele and a good morning. As you well remember, we are Dharma practitioners, so we have three responsibilities, which are study Dharma, reflecting on Dharma, and meditating on Dharma. What are the benefits of these activities? these activities help us to be free from samsara, our body free from samsara, and our mind and speech liberate from samsara. So these three activities are our daily practice. And so dharma means time, our mind. So studying dharma, it will help us to improve the understanding dharma. Understanding dharma is how important, how much important that we don't want to say more because we can experience. For example, we often say we should be patient. So patience is just we think other people are just ordinary people, and then those people use harsh words or make some mistakes, and then we try to be patient. It's not easy. But if we understand why they are angry and how they are angry, if we understand, and then we immediately can be patient. For example, if we know one person's body has 5 elements, winds. So we call them root of winds. So among them, some winds, actually all the vocabularies, speech, even for example right now my teaching, they all comes from emptiness. They all comes from syllable a. Syllable a is in our body and in our mind. A is inherently, naturally exist in our mind. But then this A, and also this A is the source or cause of all the vocabularies. For example, whether my teachings, all of these teachings comes from syllable A. And if I use some harsh word and some negative speech, they also comes from A syllable, basically. So this A is the remains below the our navel. From there, syllable A comes up with our wind, inner element wind. And it comes to area of throat, and then thoughts make different vocabularies. For instance, if I say good morning, it made by my thought. And if I use some harsh word, it made by my thought. And if I say, recite some kind of on, ahong, and something like that, they are also made by the different thoughts. So, if one person speaks harsh words to me, and at that time, if I know, oh, this person's foundation of that harsh word come from cerebral and emptiness, but it comes up at his or her throat, and then his or her afflictive or karmic wind makes a kind of a negative word and harsh word. So then what should I can understand is, oh, that person tells me I lost freedom because my thought controls me. That person introduced to me like this because that person used harsh words. So then we can be patient with that person. We can be patient because that person, inherently that person has wisdom wind, and inherently that person is also Buddha and Bodhisattvas. But then it's immediately follow thoughts. That's why that person use harsh word. That's why then we can generate compassion to that person spontaneously. So if we are going to be patient, and then we have to, if we after understand this situation, then we can be patient easily. If we don't understand, and then just we say we should be patient, it's not hard, not easy, because we think that person use harsh words. I don't have any mistakes. If I think like that, then it's very difficult to be patient. So everybody has 5 roots of element winds. So then these winds are work together, especially with the wisdom works. These winds work with wisdom, and then this person's speech is transformed into mantra. And also the faith or respect, it also comes from the understanding the Dharma. For example, one person recite a Hong syllable, Hong, something like that, and we heard that, and then we understand that person's wisdom wind works with that person's mind. Whether that person is Rinpoche or Khenpo or whatever or not, doesn't matter. That person is just a ordinary person. Doesn't matter he or her speaking is syllable Hong or recite mantras. We understand because this mantra comes from wisdom wind. That means that person has less thoughts or no thought. So then we understand, and then Whether that person's background is higher or low doesn't matter. So where it comes from doesn't matter. We can respect and prostrate to that person. So this the understanding is very important. And also we often recite like 32 vowels and 40 consonants. We often recite. All the sadhanas have them. Almost all the sadhanas have these recitations. And we just recite. When people recite this, we should respect, because how we respect, it does not mean, oh, this mantra, that's where I'm going to respect. No, this is also good, but in the best ways, that person recite 32 the vowels and 40 consonants. These person recite it because this recitation is comes from that person's wisdom wind. That person's wisdom wind activities. So we can respect. For that reasons, we can respect that person. And also, we are actually in the section is the prostration. So during the prostration, prostrate to the Buddha, Vajra, Guru Vajradhara's body, speech, and mind. So recently we mentioned how to prostrate Guru Vajradhara's body. I told you we are going to remember Guru Vajradhara's body's qualities. And then we explain about the 32 major and 80 minor marks. Perhaps you think, oh, these are too much, 32 major and 80 minor marks, and these are too much. Perhaps you think like that. I cannot understand. But then you like to recite Om A A E E and the vowels and Kaka Ganganga Tsatsa Sanjana like consonants. But you know, what are these mantra? For example, 32 major vowels are the 32 major marks. And consonants, these consonants you recite 2 times. There are 40 consonants. You recite 2 times. That are the 80 minor marks. So if we understand these relations each other, and then we have more enthusiasm to recite, and we understand this meaning, and then we think, what is the benefit? In the Vajrayana way, we say pure perception. In the Tantarayana way, also we have to see positive things on other people and our environment. So if we have this positive thinking, and then we will not discriminate between the different religion and so on. So we have to understand these is very important. And after understand, then we must practice. Practice means each and every day we utilize them with our body, action of our body, speech, and mind. Usually we believe karma, everything created by karma. So all the 95, 97 probably 99% of Buddhist trust in karma. But then how to trust in karma, how to believe in karma, this is extremely important. How to believe in karma, why this is important? Because we say everything karma, that's wonderful. Everything related on karma, that's wonderful. But karma is like a remote control, right? When we play the show up movie and something, we have a remote control. That remote control is like a karma. But then inside has different numbers. If you are going to watch news or you are going to watch some kind of animals, what is called it's a discovery or something, what kind of you have to watch, it is related in the numbers of in this remote control. So which result of karma you need is related to your action of body, action of speech, the action of mind. Not only one, or this is the only one means not only grossly actions, in subtle actions. Each and every vocabularies make different karmas. Each and every motivations creates karma. So these are so if we understanding this subtle karma in details, and then it's spontaneously we will be careful to create create good karma or bad karma. So this is very important. And then after understand the dharma, and then we should practice. So this is very important. So then the prostration to the Guru Vajradhara's body, speech, we already explained on there. And then today we are going to explain prostration to the Guru Vajradhara's mind. So it has, we already explained almost of them, and then I quoted Gambopa's 12 what is that? 12 essential things. I called it Gambopa's 12 essential things, right? So among them, today we are on the 10th. It says, not leaving instructions only to words, but to realize them in practice is essential. So if we leave instructions only to words, it is like cooking something delicious and then leaving it on the table without eating it. Whether or not instructions, especially pet instructions, serve as actual instructions, depends on the practitioners. Sometimes our guru may give us just a general conversation, and if we can take it as an instruction, then for us it will be a great instruction. At other times, our Guru may give us profound teachings, such as Dzogchen or Mahamudra, but if we do not take it as in instruction, then for us it will not serve as in instruction. It will be as Lord Jigten Sunggung said, thunder without rain in an empty sky. Think, can you put your trust in it? Then 11th, to have great confidence and a happy mind at the time of separation of body and mind is essential. The meaning of our Dharma practice on the relative level is to expect to take rebirth in a pure land. So there is no reason to worry or feel sad when our body and mind are separating. In the ultimate view, we will attain the Dharmakaya, so there is no reason to feel unhappy. But until we purify the deluded mind, it's just paying lip service to say we are not worried about death, because we will experience actual suffering. So now we have to practice through the Guru's instructions, so we will have no cause for regret when we pass away. Then the 12th, to realize the three kayas as spontaneously established is essential. Our Guru Vajradhara is in the nature of three kayas, and so is our mind. Nobody created the three kayas, but they are spontaneously accomplished. When we realized that this is the best prostration to our Guru, this is the best view, meditation, conduct, and fruition. As the Ranakuta Sutara says, naturally emptiness is non-duality. Where it is non-duality, then there is no grasping. Where there is no grasping, there is no clinging. When there is no clinging, then at that time we are completely liberated from samsara. Pamodrupa said, when there is no subject and object, this is Mahamudara. Lord Jigten Sunggung said, son, there is a saying, non-duality, non-duality. If you do not realize that subject and object are both non-dual, then this is a misunderstanding, because you still think that two things are one. And then you have the identification of one, So you have three misperceptions. The three misperceptions are believing in a subject, in an object, and in subject and object being one. If you believe in those three, then you misunderstand the meaning of non-duality. Non-duality doesn't mean that two things become one. It means that there is not one thing and not many things. Lord Jigten Sunggung continues, Son, don't separate in this moment from the realization of non-duality. All phenomena are of one test in non-duality, and this non-duality is unified in the Guru's mind. So we supplicate to the Guru's mind through this understanding. However, all appearances are natural clarity. It cannot be found where the appearances come from. So that means they are empty. This union of clarity and emptiness is the Guru's mind. Whenever we realize this, that is a prostration to the Guru. When we prostrate to the Guru's mind, the power of our realization and the power of the Guru's mind of Dharmakaya spontaneously establish our mind in the Dharmakaya, even though the Guru's Dharmakaya mind doesn't intentionally bestow blessing. In the Dzogpa Chimbo teachings, it says, the nature evidence of true nature is beyond the domain of the mind. May I see that by my own self. Therefore, this is not seen to make it clearer, nor seen to accomplish by leaving it aside. In this nature of suchness, uncontaminated by the effort of rejection and acceptance, may I enter into the true nature that abides spontaneously. On the ultimate level, there is no object of prostration and no ordinary person who prostrates to it. Whenever we realize non-duality, then we realize that the Paramodal Dharmakaya and the Guru Vajradhara are spontaneously established in us. That is called the self-arising wisdom body that does not arise from the ordinary mind. At that time, we accomplished the ultimate Buddha of certainty. Whenever we gain this realization, this prayer is accomplished. May I hold the invisible sovereignty of non-abiding Dharmakaya. At that time, we become the wisdom body, which is equal to the sky. And we become a wish-fulfilling gem, so that all beings in all directions, times, ages, and boundaries of existence attain the ultimate result, which is free from obscurations. This is the benefit of receiving the Guru's blessing in our mind, and the purpose is to benefit sentient beings. Next is paying homage to the qualities of the Guru Vajradhara. The root text says, even if expressed during all oceans of karpas, by all the victorious ones without exception, the qualities of your body, speech, and mind would not be completed. I prostrate to you who possesses limitless qualities. The qualities of the Guru, the perfect Buddha, are limitless and beyond all exploration. However, for us, ordinary people, we can say that the Guru's body has the 32 major and 80 minor marks, and the Guru's speech has 60 limbs of melodious speech. The quality of the Guru's mind has 10 powers, 4 types of fearlessness, and 18 unique qualities. Some of the 32 major marks are, for example, the crown has in Ushinisha, and from the Ushinisha down to his feet, all good qualities appear even according to the relative truth. There are 100,000 spoked wheel sign on his feet. Sign on his feet. There are also 80 minor marks, such as a beautiful face and so on. All of the qualities do not occur by chance, but they all arise in dependence on cause and effect, such as accumulating merit, actualizing the 6 perfections, and so on. There are 3 kinds of faith. The Guru's qualities of the body give rise to yearning faith. The qualities of the Guru's speech give rise to trusting faith, and the qualities of the Guru's mind give rise to clear faith. We often say that the Guru embodies all the Buddhas of the three times. This is not just something created by our mind. The Guru has actually accomplished that. When we really understand that, then our faith is not just blind faith. All of the Guru's qualities are included within the three kayas. As the verse in the root text says, the qualities of the Guru's body, speech, and mind cannot be expressed by even all the victorious ones during oceans of karma. The activities of just the Nirmanakaya alone are beyond our ordinary perceptions. For example, the light of the sun and the moon are the activities of the Nirmanakaya. The light lasts for billions of years, and a human life is only about 100 years. At the longest, so we cannot fathom the entirety of all the light of the sun and the moon. Likewise, we cannot fathom all the qualities of the Guru. Trees give us oxygen and use carbon dioxide, and they provide us with fruit and shade and shade and many other benefits. These are also the activities of the Nirmanakaya. As Lord Jigten Sungkun said, all of these phenomena are the Buddha's activities. Some phenomena seem harmful, so how can they be the Buddha's activity? For example, even though natural disasters are harmful, they can give rise to some positive things, such as people helping each other and so on. So someone have nothing. Usually every living being have compassion, but someone have less interesting about compassion, even though teach Dharma for 1,000 times, 1,000 hours, but they cannot able to generate compassion in single moment. But sometimes there occur serious natural disaster, and then they arise compassion, and they start to help each others. So that's why we can say all the phenomena are the Buddha's activities. If we realize this, then there is many benefit. because the attachment and the aversion related our egoistic mind. This egoistic mind perceive different objects. Something is good or something is bad. Just egoistic mind create this is good and this is bad. Then we through the power of egoistic mind, we adopt something good things, whether they are good or not. We reject something, whether they are good or not. Only we follow egoistic mind. So the egoistic mind is a very temporary, how to say, it's a creation. It creates this temporarily, but if we have a pure perception, even we have the realization that all the phenomena are Buddha's activities, and then we even we see some mistakes, and from inside of these mistakes we bring some qualities. We can pick up some good qualities. If we can pick up some qualities among the large number of mistakes, and then we can avoid the large number of mistakes. For example, in the space has many planets, thousands of stars. Sometimes it's 108, but more than that stars. But among them, there are only one sun. So how much it can benefit to us? Similarly, if we can pick up one quality from the among the large number of mistakes, and then we can avoid these mistakes from our mind. If we can avoid these mistakes, and then everything's are pure. So pure land, our Mother Earth is also a pure land of Nirmanakaya. So if we think this Mother Earth is a very negative planets or negative, the source of resource or source of negative things, and then it is happening. But if we perceive this Mother Earth is as pure land, and then we can experience many good things. So in our life, there are many things. Externally, there are many things. So we try to see them as all the Buddha's activities. Even we are these great practitioners said, if I am getting sick, I'm happy because it purifies my negative karma. So whether they are sick, but they are happy. But we are not sick, still we are unhappy. So they have a human body. They don't have extra eyes. They don't have extra head. What we had, they have. So what we eat, they eat. They do not eat special thing, something. So everything is related to our mind. Everything is related to our mind. So if we can fix our mind, we can fix the whole universe. This method is we can learn from Buddha Dharma. So we have to when we hear in Buddha Dharma, it creates great merit. If we have merit, we can accomplish many goals. If we don't have merit, then it's very hard to accomplish a single goal, one goal. This goal is very close to us, but we cannot accomplish it. So we need merit. This Buddha Dharma, only you listen, it has great merit. Of course, you not reflect on it, you not meditate on it. It has great merit. And then you reflect on it, then you have a great merit. And then you meditate on this, then Dharma is super medicine. And then this Dharma help us to recover from the illness of afflictive emotions. In other hand, all mother thinking beings have Buddha nature. All mother thinking beings. But in other hand, we can say all mother thinking beings are illness people. People are illness beings. Because all mother beings have afflictive emotion or the intellectual obscurations. So, now we have this precious human life. Precious human life means we can generate bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is one of the precious things. We can find many other precious things as jewels and so on under the ground or some in the ocean or somewhere. We can find it. But precious bodhicitta, it's very, very, close with us. It is in our mind. So arise. We should arise. We have to arise bodhicitta. So first, when we try to arise bodhicitta, it is not easy. Perhaps if we arise bodhicitta, we don't have special feeling. Sometimes we generate bodhicitta, but it cannot experience happiness ourselves. So that means probably you arise bodhicitta intellectually, not arise from deep feeling. So that's where it cannot makes you enjoy. If you, but then how? Then how to generate bodhicitta for being, joy and happy oneself? Is you do often that. You often generate bodhicitta and then slowly gain the experience. Lord Jigten Sunggu said, all the Buddhas are appears. All the Buddhas appear from bodhicitta. It is a very, very logical and experiential speech. Because bodhicitta means mind. So if your mind is completely transformed into bodhicitta, then you appear these outer phenomena, they all Buddha's form. You hear all these sounds are Buddha's mantra, Yidam deity's mantra, and any kind of thoughts arise from your mind, they are Dharmakaya or Buddha's mind. Like waves occur from the ocean, but they are water. Waves are not water, ocean is water. This is misunderstanding. So, when you can appear Buddhas and Yidam deities, yourself, at that moment, yourself become Buddha. Yourself becomes Buddha. So that's why in the Manjushri Namasangiti it says, momentarily you become Buddha. In a moment you become Buddha. So we have to, however, when you generate compassion, you are compassionate. When you are generating bodhicitta, you are bodhisattva. You are meditating Yidam deities. For example, you meditate on Tara, you are Tara. You meditate Vajakulaya, you are Vajakulaya. This is we think carefully how, because when you meditate, for example, Vajakulaya, at that time you meditate through the 5 methods or 4 methods or 3 methods or 5, 4, 3 and 2 or 1. For example, the 5 you visualize what is called it generating visualize through generation stage. At that time, you visualize about the lotus, moon, sun, and then nada. You visualize them in your mind. Only that moment you understand who are you. Who are you, right? Who you are. Only that moment. Because we say over the white drop gave from father, red drop gave by or from mother. And the nada or consciousness receive from Pardo, and then through this way, this body just become longer or how to say different shape, and then grow. This is looking through the view of samsara. This is a samsaric view. That's where you are sentient being. That's where we are samsaric being. Oh, this is my ordinary body. When I think this is my ordinary body, then I am samsaric being, so I see this is my ordinary body. At that time, I am not a Vajakulaya. If you just think I'm a Vajakulaya, that's probably pride, misperception. But you come through the generation stage, step by step. Oh, I have a white dog which gave from my father, but this is the vowels. So that's why my body is Yidam deity's form. And then sun oh, the sun is the red part which I received from my mom, but this is consonants. And then between the sun and the moon, there is a nada. Nada is represents of consciousness, and this is the seed of Hong syllable. Hong syllable arises from nada, and Hong syllable dissolve into nada. Nada is super emptiness. When you realize that, then everything accomplish you. You have sun, moon, lotus, and nada, all of them. You understand them. Then they are the Hong syllable and consonants and vowels and so on. That's where you are a Yidam deity. So we only obscured by ignorance. We cannot see ourselves as Yidam deity, and we cannot see these phenomena are Yidam deity. Yidam deity is a body, and then we cannot see the environment is a mandala. So that's where we, in fact, we don't know. We don't know that create samsara. That's where we are in band. Don't know band us in the pillar of samsara. That's where then these sufferings occur limitlessly, unlimitedly or something. So what we do not need is suffering. So how to liberate from this suffering is we should understand it. So Buddha's highest quality we called omniscient wisdom. So omniscient wisdom means understanding. Buddha understand. Buddha liberate from each and everything through his understanding. For example, we eat orange always, at least once a week. We can test a very small part of test. Because we ate orange, but think, what should I do tomorrow? How I sell my things, or how I buy my things, or how I destroy these people, or how I do. We are, how to say this? We are busy as bee. That's why we eat the orange many times, but we cannot test fully of this test, right? But Buddha ate a single orange, for example. He eats ate a single orange, but then he focused how they are combine related with the interdependence, like water and which elements, and then however he understand subtle interdependence, and then he puts it on tongue, and he chew each and every step. He focus through the mindfulness, attentiveness, and wisdom. So that's where he ate one orange, then he understand all. He can taste the orange's taste, and then that can make one orange can make him or joyful, happy. So the understanding is extremely important. So we have orange, we have tongue, we have teeth. Then only we eat it through mindfulness, mindful or not. So sometimes we later misunderstand. We say you should understand. That means it's directly focused on the intellectually understand. Intellectually understand, it has a limit. Intellectually understanding or understand, it has limit. Still there is some benefit, but not full benefit, fully or full benefits. So each and every these phenomena have great qualities. So we always try to appear these good qualities. So for example, we say about Maras. Then someone think Maras are outside somewhere, and then Maras destroy to them, and then they are really suffering a lot through the power of Maras. But Milarepa understood Mara is self-grasping. So Milarepa understood Mara is self-grasping, and then he cuts the self-grasping, and then he liberated from Maras. So all the Maras are also in our mind. In our mind means only we misunderstanding. We follow misunderstanding, or we don't know them. So that's why then we are deluded. So we follow illusory mind, illusory thoughts. So actually I don't know other religion. I don't have knowledge about other religions. But I heard they often mentioned bodhicitta, loving kindness, and compassion. That's amazing. Only I heard this, so I can respect deeply to all of these religions. But until now, I little bit studied Buddhism and heard many instructions from the great gurus, and later having golden opportunities to practice with Dharma brothers and sisters. So in this way, I reflected in Buddhism as much as possible. So I fully trust in Buddha Dharma, because Buddha Dharma mentioned the reality things, real things. Of course, my understanding is still very low, but what my trusting is how I trust is, for example, in the Buddha Dharma explain about the interdependence. Interdependence, the natural interdependence, and then through we realize the interdependence. This next step is emptiness. The reason of emptiness, that's where they are interdependence. This is a very, very, I think, special way of thinking, or the special instruction. We have to keep it. So in the Heart Sutra, it says everything's, for example, form or body is emptiness, but from emptiness appear this body. So this we have to think about only we focus on the bell. If we try to find the sound of bell outside, inside, but there is no sound. But when we move or when we play it, sound coming. A bell sound comes. So the reason is, from there, I think we can understand a little bit about how related how this phenomena appears. Phenomena appear from emptiness, as bells song or sound. Sound comes from bell. So usually when we practice any kind of practice, we are using Vajra and bell. So this is very important. But important, only saying important, it does not enough. It is important or not, it's how you practice. So when we use bell and Vajra, at that time, the best thing is when we use bell, suddenly we should think emptiness, really. Or relation between the emptiness and interdependence. And when we use the bell, Vajra, we have to the compassion. So Lord Jigten Sungkung said, "Toni to na jumde what is Toni to jumde ni da." I think it's Malarepa said that from emptiness arise compassion. So that's where the Vajra, when we realize the bell, when we remember emptiness, when we use bell, and then how can we generate compassion is, and then suddenly we focus to others. Oh, they are emptiness. Their body is emptiness. Their speech, their bodies are emptiness. Their speeches are emptiness. And their thoughts are emptiness. But they don't know it. They don't know it. That's where then it spontaneously arises compassion. For example, a mother has a baby. That baby there's some very dangerous area. The baby does not know that, and the baby moves towards this dangerous area. Then mother spontaneously or automatically come there to, or voluntarily come there to takes care her baby. Similarly, when we have a realization of emptiness, and then compassion automatically arises. Able to arise, compassion generate, because these beings, they don't know the emptiness. So that's where they created lots of negative karmas. So realize or understand or know, they are very special word in the Buddha Dharma. Sometimes we say we have to understand the Dharma. This is not a favorite. But as I mentioned earlier, if I tell you, you recite 30 vowels, the vowels and the consonants, maybe you are happy to recite it. But I say you should understand it. Maybe this is not interesting for you. But then why it says that you should understand? Because vowels is not only mantra, okay? Not only mantra. Vowels are the inherently vowels, and this what is called consonants are your method and your wisdom. So after you know it, you can liberate. If you understand them through this way, you receive many benefits, more than just recite. But recite has also great merit. That's why we don't reject, recitation are not important. This is wrong. Recitation is important, and then more we can remember the kindness of Buddha, because it's really, actually it says someone kindly helps to someone, this help really make benefit. Someone kindly help to someone, this helping greatly benefit others. So similarly, the Buddhas, all the methods of Buddhas benefit us, because these methods arise or methods come from Buddha's deep compassion or great compassion or immeasurable compassion, immeasurable love, immeasurable wisdom. That's where they can benefit us greatly, amazingly benefit us. So when we use the bell, and the best thing, where we are going to use bell, where we are going to use what is called vajra. This is very important. Even though how to hold, we have to understand that. If we understand this, and then we keep some good pure samaya, this is the first step. And then the second step is when we use it, we have to remember emptiness and compassion. At least we are trying to remember the representation. What is the representation of a bell? What is the representation of vajra? What is the representation of Dhammaru? These are very important to know, and then we use it with the concentration or samadhi. If we are practiced with samadhi, then the merit will multiple in 100,000. So whether we have expensive bell or vajra or not, but in front of you have a bell and a vajra, when you are use it, at that time, if you can remember bodhicitta and compassion or emptiness, at that moment, just momentarily, you remember, it has also great benefit, because first you remember in slightly, you remember, slowly your mind become familiar on there, and then you will become meditator on there. Meditation means you should engage mindfulness, that often we discussed on this, and then slowly we will become meditator, dharma meditator. So if you are how to say, homesick person, if you image your home, where is your kitchen, where is the bedroom, where is the where you are living your parents something like that, and then you will become home meditator. So meditation means become familiar. So, if we think carefully, we will able to become enlightened, or we will remain in the samsara. Which chance is very close with us? Which chance, right? Which opportunity we will get easily? Which opportunity? Perhaps you think samsara is very easily get. This is a easy opportunity. We think like that, but in the reality, we have become enlightenment is very easy opportunity for us, because our mind inherently our mind is Buddha Dharmakaya inherently, and self-grasping is very temporary, like an ice of water. Its weather is little change, this ice will ready to melt, but the water still remain there. So our mind is like a water. So we have to, as Milarepa said, if your mind and the space are no different, then you realize the Dharmakaya emptiness. So we have to more focus. His Eminence Ngachir Rinpoche often said us we should focus Milarepa's song. This is really important, and it's very easy to understand. And if we understand only one stanza of Milarepa's song, it can change whole life. What is meaning of life? Life means feeling. How this feeling goes well or not well is depending how you think, how to treat this feeling. So if your feeling treat or lead by Milarepa's song, then your life is always happy, enjoy, and then finally you can liberate from samsara. So and then wherever we are, all speech and especially mantra is the Sambhogakaya. So Sambhogakaya and mantra, what is relation there? That's I already mentioned. All the speech come to wind. The speech come from wisdom wind or karmic wind. This is related to you. If you are full of thoughts, then your speech comes from karmic wind, and then it created a cause of suffering. You use the harsh word, and then other people repeat the same thing, and then that makes unhappy. If you use politely or some recite mantras, actually mantras are language to communicate Yidam deities. So that's where you the old speeches are mantra, especially the Sambhogakaya, which means this your speech comes from below the navel, a syllable, and come to the throat. And here, if your wisdom wind work well, process well, then your speech become mantra. And then after what happened is it's happy. Happy, we always say happy. This happiness grow, how to say, grow, then it transforms into bliss. So this bliss you can experience. That's where Sambhogakaya means bliss. That's where when we say Turikayas, Nirmanakaya is forehead, Sambhogakaya at throat. Right? We point throat chakra. Throat chakra is the chakra of Sambhogakaya. So this bliss you can erase. You can erase this bliss and then you are enjoy. You enjoy it there. So that's where through the mantra recitation you can benefit others and you can happy joy by yourself. So that means this is the Sambhogakaya. For example, even though we may be ordinary, when we recite mantra, the mantra is the Sambhogakaya. We shouldn't think of it as ordinary speech. Meditation, generating compassion and bodhicitta and so on are all the activities of the Dharmakaya. The Dharmakaya is like the sun. The sun's ray and the sun's warmth, they are the bodhicitta and compassion. So, if we have realization of Dharmakaya, then the compassion and the bodhicitta also spontaneously arise from there. But this is for sure. Yeah, if you have a realization of Dharmakaya, and then the bodhicitta and compassion spontaneously arise. But before gain this realization, you must engage bodhicitta and compassion. So why this is? If you have realization of Dharmakaya, then the compassion and bodhicitta spontaneously radiate from there. But before arise the realization of Dharmakaya, why do we need the compassion of bodhicitta? There is a spiritual understanding. Actually, I already mentioned nada, right? Nada is source of hong syllable. Hong syllable made by nada. But we generate hong syllable, and when we dissolve hong syllable dissolve into nada. That's where interdependence is emptiness. Emptiness is interdependence. So this is very important to keep in our mind. So bodhicitta and compassion are like that. Bodhicitta and compassion is, for example, if Dharmakaya realization is fire, for example, fire. If Dharmakaya realization is like a fire, before this fire burn, we have some indicates or sign. Sign is like a warmth. For example, before coming summer season, the sun is warmth. In spring season, the ground becomes warmth. Similarly, before your Dharmakaya arise, then bodhicitta and compassion are like a sign of that warmth. I don't know if you are clear or not. However, if you are going to burn a firewood, you need much. So the compassion and bodhicitta are like this. So compassion and bodhicitta, we actually how to say, we don't care about them. So this is our biggest mistake. In the Dharmakiti, Nalinda Master, his Madhyamaka text, first he prostrate to the compassion. What did he said? He said that compassion is like first, if you are going to grow one flower, then first this is like water to grow this flower. First is like a seed, and then second is for growing, and then like a water, and then for dirt, right? Dirt, soil. So that's where our mind to become enlightened. Without compassion, we cannot become enlightened. So compassion is very important. And then compassion, bodhicitta, and then compassion, bodhicitta. So this, after, usually we say jam ningje chanchuk sem. At that term, first jam means actually also loving kindness. That's we love to all mother beings, and then from there we will arise compassion. We love to others, and then we arise compassion. And we arise compassion, and then we arise bodhicitta, which is we call ultimate bodhicitta. So so all appearances are mind. Since our mind is dharmakaya, all the activities of our mind are dharmakaya. As Naropa said, mind is the base of all phenomena. All Buddha's activities are qualities of relative and ultimate bodhicitta. The Buddha's bodhicitta and our own practice of bodhicitta are the same. First, we have to realize that the Guru has these immeasurable qualities. And then we have to trust that we ourselves can give rise to them. According to the Kaju lineage, the way to accomplish all these qualities is through the practice of Mahamudra. As Lord Jigten Sunggon said, Mahamudra, or the Great Seal, is the self-awareness of the mind. Perceiving it without distraction is the natural practice of the Dharmakaya. Understanding the essence of Mahamudra is the faith in the Supreme Guru. Realizing all appearances of samsara as Dharmakaya is the supreme, is the real significance of the Mahamudra. Understanding all cognitions as Dharmakaya is the realization of Dharmakaya. To get all happiness and prosperity in both samsara and nirvana is the perfect quality of the Mahamudra. to do good through the four kayas for the sake of all sentient beings is the activity of the Mahamudara. So by practicing only Mahamudara, we practice all of the Dharma. This is the quality of Mahamudara. Practicing the fivefold Mahamudara will purify the five afflictive emotions through generating bodhicitta. Anger will purify it. Meditating on the Yidam deity purifies attachment. Meditating on the Guru purifies pride. Meditating on Mahamudara purifies ignorance. And performing dedication purifies jealousy. This is how the qualities of Mahamudara purifies inner afflictive emotions. Through purifying the inner afflictive emotions, outer obstacles are spontaneously purified. For example, through the affliction of anger, we appear like the king of ghosts. In the mirror of our mind, when we have anger, the king of ghosts is reflected. When we have bodhicitta, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are reflected. Through meditating on the Yidam deity, demons are pacified. The Yidam deities are the form of bliss, like sunlight compared to a single light bulb. Through meditating on the Guru, the Mara of Devaputra is pacified. The Mara of Devaputra is born of pride. So when we meditate on the Guru and conquer pride, we conquer the Mara of Devaputra. Through meditating on Mahamudara, the Naga demons are pacified. Nagas are related to ignorance. Through the practice of dedication, the Tsin demons are pacified. They live in the wild places and have a lot of jealousy. The Guru, the perfect Buddha, possesses limitless qualities. Common and supreme siddhis come from the qualities of the Buddha's body, speech, and mind. For example, if we give rise to bodhicitta instantaneously, at that time we become a great bodhisattva. This is just a small part of the qualities of the Buddha. When we see the Buddha's qualities, we prostrate for two reasons: to attain those qualities for ourselves and to attain them for all beings. Now we cannot see the Buddha directly through our seeing sense faculties, but we see our Guru, who is the representative of all the Buddhas. So we have to see these qualities in our Guru who is in front of us. Then our devotion will arise. Devotion is a very important vessel for receiving all the blessings of the three roots and the three jewels. When we see the Guru as Dharmakaya, we receive the blessings of the Dharmakaya from our Guru. If we see him as Sambhogakaya, we receive the blessings of the Sambhogakaya. And if we see him as Nirmanakaya, then we received the blessings of the Nirmanakaya. If we see him as an ordinary person, then we merely receive the blessings of an ordinary person. So the siddhis that you receive from the Guru depend very much on the quality of your devotion. You must see these qualities possessed by the Guru, and then they will blossom in your mind. Whether liberation by seeing, liberation by hearing, or whatever, devotion is very important. What is important is not how many years you spend with a Guru, but how much devotion you have. For example, Gampopa spent only a short time with Milarepa, but received great realizations through his great devotion. Even though just hearing the name of Milarepa, he received some realizations. Gampopa is not a stupid person, right? Gampopa is a higher scholar. He was Kadamba master, which means he realized the Sutara part clearly. But if Gampopa directly focus Milarepa's faults, because Milarepa used black magic, so he destroyed lots of people and people's possessions, wealth. If Gampopa only focused there, definitely Gampopa not become Kajupa's master, head of master. But Gampopa focused Milarepa's qualities, and then he saw Milarepa as Buddha. That's where Milarepa made him Buddha. And also, Milarepa saw Marpa as Buddha. This is not just a superficial or something. This is not blind faith. Seems many higher practitioners, I heard many higher practitioners, even they say, oh, I read Marpa's life story. There's lots of, he did not give teaching without some offering things. He did too much punished to Milarepa. I heard that from really higher practitioners. But Milarepa, Marpa is not whatever I see in the Thangka. He just stay. Even though honestly, this morning I focus more. I have the Thangka, Marpa and Gampopa. They're together. I have Thangka in my room. I focused for quite long on there and just reflected on there. Just now I said, otherwise I did not plan to say it. However, Marpa wasn't just stay as in the Thangka, the two hands put on his knees and then not move, stay like that. Then if he stayed always like that, then we will not misconception or understanding about Marpa. But Marpa, I mean, he moved, talked, even he has a wife, had a wife, children, and he is very lots of engaged. His activities are engaged, samsaric activities. But Milarepa did not focus Marpa how he keeps his wealth and how he does some samsara activities. He only focused Marpa's good qualities. He saw Marpa as He Vajra, right? That's where he received the blessings from He Vajra. Guhe Samaja He Vajra, yeah. So then same like Naropa. When Marpa met the Naropa, and he saw amazing qualities. And then Naropa also met Telopa. Telopa did a lot of things. Lots of, I'm sorry to say, uncomfortable things to Naropa. But Naropa is Pintita, the protector of North Gatekeeper in Nalinda. At that time, Nalinda is amazing, famous, well-known college. So Naropa is not just ordinary person. Naropa is an amazing scholar about Buddha's Sutarayana and Vajrayana. But still, the Telopa, Telopa displayed many funny things to Naropa. If I use it, I'm sorry to use that, but then Naropa, he saw amazing qualities and focus on there, and then almost we can say, according to in the relative way, Naropa early become enlightened than the Telopa in the relative truth, I mean. And Milarepa early become attained the Buddhahood early than Marpa, something like that. But however, if we focus, not only Guru, okay, if we focus about our Vajra brothers and sisters between, we focus good qualities, we definitely can bring many qualities from them. Or according to these conditions, we can arise many qualities. At least this morning I mentioned to you, I don't know it could make sense or not. We often say, be patient. If we see them are ordinary person, definitely it's very difficult, because they are ordinary person. Our mind is ordinary mind, and then these two things are like a two glass bowl. If they had it, both were broke, no chance. So oneself being as like a wool or soft cotton or something, and then other side whatever, you can see many qualities. So you can protect. If you can, other people is how much stupid or how much naughty or how much uncomfortable. If you be as a cotton or wool, then they protect. When we shaping some very sensitive things like a glass and something, we wrap around of their very soft things, and then we shape it there, and then they safely receive it wherever I have to receive it. Similarly, if we see, we focus, we change more, focus on the positive things, and then it will benefit ourselves and it will benefit others. So join our Dharma listening, and this often we teach. Probably for example, for me, I'm not give empowerment, so probably you cannot see me as a Yidam deity and something. I don't perform any special things, but yeah, I'm an ordinary person, so you listen it and often request to you focus on more positive, more good qualities, and try to reduce egoistic mind. We cannot reduce entirely egoistic mind in that moment, but you hear often hearing these, and then you reflect on there by your wisdom and meditate on there. At least your egoistic mind, the power of egoistic mind, getting little loose. Our life is like this hand, actually. If we hold like this strongly and then hurt ourselves, and if we punch others, it may harm others. But we being like open, loose these fingers, slowly open, and then this turn into the mudara. This mudara is very special. This mudara, when Buddha, after he become enlightened, he started to show this mudara, okay? So this mudara is fearless, and every mudara is including. It is also a prostration. So then this is very gentle. It can touch others. Your softly you can hold, right? When you shake other people, you have to open your hand. Otherwise, if you hold this, other people run away. Maybe he or she starts to first hit our head. If you show like that, they definitely run away. So you open this hand, and then they will also start to shake hands, something like that. So, but when I talk, not only for, you need to change something. Honestly, for myself, as much as possible, try to put it into the action as what I say. So that's where we all Dharma brothers and sisters, and we all Vajra brothers and sisters. So we work together, and we try to practice together, and then we try to lose the egoistic mind, and we try to reduce self-grasping, and through this way we step by step liberate from the ocean of samsara. So however, the kindness of your Dharma brothers sisters, it benefits to me. It greatly benefits to me. So I'm deeply thank you so much. Even I said bodhicitta 1 time or 2 times, this is your kindness, really. It is your kindness. So however, as well as you well know, I'm an ordinary person, so the kindness of Dharma brothers and sisters and kindness of Guru, so I have this opportunity to talk about often on Dharma. So that's where I'm deeply thank you, and still I, according to my pride, I request to you practice well, and you can liberate from your suffering by your own Dharma practice. Your own Dharma practice. Right now, what I said are like conditions. These teachings are like conditions. And then the real power of freedom is in your mind. So you utilize them. And I confidently trust that you can liberate by yourself through your practice. So liberate it does not mean suddenly. Suddenly you can liberate, but entirely liberate. I don't mean you can liberate entirely. For example, today you are good, but tomorrow again in samsara, something like that. But do more often, and then will liberate. So we will not waste our precious human life. This is the how to say, because we made hard work to gain this precious human life. This precious human life is established from power of merit. Right now we are doing preliminary practice. You are joyfully participated, and you spend time. Even you stop to work. You do it. You are stopping your jobs, and still you are doing practices, right? So that means you are accumulate great merit. So through this merit, then we will become enlightenment. So this precious human life is a form of merit. So we should remember it. And now we will dedicate with all the Buddhas, past and future, present, all the Buddhas' merit, bring together. All the Bodhisattvas' merit, bring together. And all the Dharma brothers and sisters' merit, bring together. And we dedicate it with our bodhicitta. So we recite together. Chancho Semjo Rinpo Che Ma Je Ba Nan Je Jer Je Je Ba Nyam Ba Me Ba Yang Gong Ne Gong De Pe War Shu.
May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.
Thank you very much.